Okay. We finally communicated with her. I don't really know what happened there. It might have been a stat that we raised. Possibly wisdom. Something like that. I've managed to communicate with a young stowaway, whose name appears to be Sasha. Oh, that's weird. Her name's Sasha, and then the Selkath, who we did the quest for, his name was Shasa. Or her name was Shasa. What a coincidence. Yeah, we can take her back to Tatooine once we are prepared to leave. So I'm glad we solved that problem. I already kind of figured that out. It was pretty obvious. So maybe I didn't need to communicate with her in the first place. Maybe I could have just gone all the way back to Tatooine anyways, and then we wouldn't be having this problem. Is something wrong?
I have been bothered by something of late.
Uh-huh. What is it?
I never told you where I came from, did I? Where I grew up as a child?
I guess not.
I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling.
Are you hitting on me? What?
I have been wrestling with my feelings inside. Trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Tatooine.
What are you saying?
Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastilla. Taris, my homeworld.
You're from Terrace? I did not know.
If it were not for you and Bastilla, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastilla. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood.
Just
let me vent my anger. I need someone
This is
to
not
blame.
good.
Something, anything.
This is not good.
I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist.
You blame Malik, not me, man. Calm yourself. Remember the Jedi Code.
There is no emotion. There is peace.
Yes.
I suppose you did what you had to, and it could not have been avoided. The Republic needs you and Bastilla. Maybe needs you more than it needed Taris. But it is so hard to lose your entire past.
I understand.
You would not understand.
I have to appeal to her respect for the Jedi Code. It's very important that we keep her in check here, or else she will go right off the rails, and that's the most important thing to her. Best way to appeal. It'll be... You are right. I don't understand.
I suppose that is to be expected. Everything will turn out for the best, as long as we remain focused on our task.
Yes.
I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should stop for now.
No, that's completely fine. Completely fine. Please tell me all of your inner problems,
Remembering
inner
Taris.
issues. We'll work through them. We'll work through them together. What about it?
It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels.
I actually didn't see a lot of
And
aliens in
doing
the lower levels.
Backbreaking labor.
I really didn't remember seeing any of her race on Terrace, though.
There were none. Bad enough to be a race that is feared and hated by humans, but to be one that is strange and different, even among non-humans?
What is your
Living was
race?
hard enough, without the stigma of being from a lost race.
A lost race.
There was always the danger of Rakuls coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area.
I'm very much aware.
My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets.
I mean,
and whatever
if it
was
makes you
left
feel
paid
better, I
for
fixed all of
food
that.
and medical supplies we could afford.
These are all terrible questions. I know firsthand because I witnessed it. Was it that bad? Yeah, it was that bad. I know that. No one would help you. I already know that no one would help her. How could such a government last? Well, it's mostly the Sith. How could such a government
It did
last?
not. But only because of the Jedi who came. It was very bad. We had no money to spare for any amenities. Even the Enclave on Tatooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens.
Yeah.
Lording their wealth over us living below.
Dude,
Every
I
once
feel
in a
you.
while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
I don't know why humans are the only ones that aren't aliens. It doesn't really make sense, does it? Like, humans... How does this work? Like, humans aren't native to Terrace, are they? Like, humans are native to where? I don't know. Where are the other races native to? Star Wars is like a hodgepodge of fucking alien races, and it would depend on who's native to what, right? Why is it that humans are treated any differently than aliens? Why are humans not aliens to Terrace? You know? I'd have to know the, like, history of Terrace, I guess, and I don't really get it. Decent humans are hard to find. No, it's true. True.
I have noticed that. But the Jedi Order seems to have collected a fair number.
Eh,
The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order. The one who was with the group.
they
going to
try.
fight
They
the
try their very
Mandalorians.
best.
She was human.
But there's a difference between good and neutral.
I suppose I see something of her in you when I look. I am sorry. I am getting away from my.
A lot of the
point.
Jedi are very
If
neutral.
there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
Fled from where?
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic. To save the galaxy, if we can.
Yeah, but, Jahani, we're bonding.
How?
You know? I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it?
What are you thinking about?
I have been thinking much about our journey, and I am grateful and honored that you have accepted me with you.
Mm-hmm.
I am not used to such unbiased acceptance from one who is nearly a stranger to me.
Mm-hmm.
We Cathar do not make
Cathar.
friends easily, or for long. Even on Tatooine, I remained alone. Not ostracized exactly, but separate.
You're right. God, I love how there's just these blatantly asinine responses. Tell me about your people.
In truth, I have lived in the Republic too long, and I know little. I never met any others of my race other than my parents. But we are not diplomats. We do not deal well with groups. This situation is new to me. It is warming. I feel almost welcome. Needed. You seem to be very decisive when it is required of you.
Thank you.
It's reassuring to know that I can count on someone like you.
Uh-huh. We're all... Oh, you could try counting on one of the others.
I feel that I could count on any of you. But you are the one who drew me back from the dark side. It is to you that I feel a debt. And I shall make it up to you.
No need. No need.
How may I
Let's
be-
all be friends here.
What is it you would like to... Of course.
Alright. We've made some headway with, Jahani. And I'm happy about that. I'm good. I'm glad. She did get upset with us for a second there, but we pulled her back. We pulled her back.
How can I help?
You look like you have something to
I
say.
do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us.
Oh, no problem. You made that sound very painful for you to admit.
I am trying to be sincere here. It occurred to me that I may have been too critical of you, too demanding at times.
Thank you.
I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really.
Yeah, it is. Don't forget edgy, critical, and overly secretive. Should I just be an asshole? I'm gonna do it.
Yes, well, there's no need for you to agree so wholeheartedly. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. But maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I just thought I should tell you.
Are you coming on to me? I'm glad you did.
Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better. But enough soul searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
Sure thing.
How can I help? Then I suggest we move on.
I'm glad we're making headway as teammates,
Yes, what's on your
as
mind?
companions. We didn't end our last discussion very well.
I'm not very good at this. I know I owe you an apology. More than one, probably. I was just so desperate to finally face Saul directly in the battle over Terrace. And now the Jedi have us looking for these star maps. I know this mission is important. It's just, I feel a bit useless. I mean, I can fight, sure, but I'm no Jedi. All this feels completely out of my league.
Maybe if you pull yourself together, you won't be so useless.
You don't exactly pull any punches,
Nope.
do you? Not that I don't deserve it, I suppose.
No.
I just hate not knowing what's going on and feeling this helpless. But I shouldn't have taken that out on you.
Nope.
I've been a royal pain in the backside, haven't I?
Kind of. But don't worry about it.
No, I do worry about it. I've traveled the lanes more than once. I should know better than this.
Yeah, probably.
So, I'm sorry. Will you accept my apology?
You should work for it. You've been kind of an asshole.
Oh, I don't know if I like the sound of that.
What did I just say? Sorry, what did I just say? I don't know if I meant to say it. No need to start sweating, Karth. It was
So
only
you do
teasing.
accept my apology? Good.
Yes,
Glad.
yes.
You know, you aren't so bad to have around. You know that.
What's going on? Oh no, is there romance in this game? I know, I'm very charming, I'm
More
told.
than that, but anyway.
What
we
the
should
hell?
Be off.
Oh no! I didn't realize there was romance in this game. Is there? Or am I...
Yes, what's on your mind?
It seemed to be a very flirtatious conversation. I didn't even mean it. I didn't even mean for it to be flirtatious. Anyways, whatever, we're moving on. Accidental flirting. Sometimes you just don't mean to, and it just comes out, you know. Anyways, I want to do one more thing, which is to go shopping. Assuming I have 2,500 credits, so I want to go shopping a little bit before we leave, and then we'll just head out. We'll probably just go back to Tatooine first, And that is the plan. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright. And shopping is done. There are two things I want to remember from Manon. One is the hotel, which I can't get into currently, but if I had a higher persuasion ability, I could probably persuade him to let me in. I think there's got to be a quest to that. The other thing is the zoological thing. That dude that's like collecting animals for Manon. I don't know what that's about because I haven't come across any small animals or anything yet, so could be a thing later. Hopefully I remember these things. Those would be the only reasons I think we would need to return to Manon. Otherwise, we're good. We're all set. We can just head back to Tatooine real quick. Drop off Sasha. And then head out to wherever else the road takes us, you know? Wherever else. So let's just deal with that real quickly. Yeah. So we're on Manon, Tatooine, Dantooine, Korriban. Korriban is the other one that's not really a Star Wars planet that I know of. But so far, there's only 3 other planets that we need to go to, but I do want to return back to Dantooine. Real quick here. Think it'll be a good idea. I recently gave my sister like I guess it was like an hour or two ago. She wanted to borrow our when we were kids we had a SNES, right? But I have it right now since I moved out cuz nobody else really wanted it, so I kept it, you know. But she keeps asking for it back to borrow it a lot. Not a lot. There's like one game that she wants to play. She wants to play Illusion of Gaia. I've actually talked about this before. She wants to play Illusion of Gaia. And so she wanted to borrow the SNES to try to finish it again. Can I skip this? There's no reason for me to watch this. She wants to try to finish it again, so she came over today and I was like, "Alright, well, here you go." I gave it to her. I was like, I didn't really want to cuz I was thinking I had an idea that maybe I should try to get good at like Super Star Wars and just like play a lot of it. Cause I really want to finish that game, but I don't know how because it just seems so difficult to do, you know? It just doesn't seem I don't know. I tried to play it on my own a few times, and like, I cannot get past the second level. I can get into the like Jawa thing, and then once I get in there, I cannot for the life of me beat that level. I've tried so hard, I just can't do it. Excuse me, I know it's been a very long time, dear, but aren't you Bastila, Helena's little girl? Yes, it is you. I can see it in your eyes, how you've grown.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother?
Oh yes, I worked for your father on an expedition years ago. Your mother showed me hollows of you before you left. Such a pretty little girl you were.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Be rude. Oh, I didn't mean to take up your time. Just wanted to ask you if your mother's condition has improved any since I saw her.
My mother's condition?
Oh, you don't know. Oh dear, I just thought. I assumed that she had found you. When I talked to her last, she was desperate to find you.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did you say anything about my father?
I'm sorry, dear, but your mother is very ill. So she told me. She didn't say anything about your father, however. I didn't see him.
I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
Saw her on Tatooine, dear. She said she'd been there for a while. Maybe she's still there.
Thank you for informing me. I really must be going now.
What's this all about?
Seems my mother's been looking for me. Strange. Should we get the opportunity, could we look for her on Tatooine?
I thought you and your mother didn't get along.
I did. I am interested in hearing about my father, however. Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she is really sick, well, we shall see. How can I help?
Do you want to talk?
Sorry. I'm just thinking about my mother. It's strange to hear news after all this time. It's quite distracting. Should we have the opportunity, I would like to find her on Tatooine. There's only one small colony there. It should not be difficult. It's not that I look forward to seeing her. I just can't help but wonder what she wants. But perhaps we have better things to do.
Mm-hmm.
How can I help? Sorry. Should we have the opportunity? It's not that I look forward to seeing her.
Greetings, Sentient. May I take a moment of your time for a question? Go ahead. I represent a human citizen of Tatooine by the name of Rundil Atsulem. This ranch has had considerable difficulty with Mandalorian raiders for many years. His young daughter was kidnapped by those raiders many years ago. Has not been returned. Might you have news of her? Her name is Sasha. Yeah, there's a stowaway on my ship. This is most exciting news, Sentient. Are you certain of this? Yes I am. She only speaks a smattering of Mandalorian, but I was able to figure it out. You convinced me, Sentient, that your stowaway is indeed the one I seek. Would you allow me to see her? Sure. Let us go there now. I am most anxious to see her. This is the whole reason we came to... okay, I was like, did it crash? Sometimes this game is like, man, it feels like it's held together with like duct tape and string, dude. Though you have aged, young Sentient, I do believe you are indeed the one I seek. I am here to return you to your father. Abd. I see that Edith Catan is correct about your linguistic difficulties. I am positive that your parents can assist you with that. Yeah, calm yourself, child. I will take you home. Raka Napats. Nagisen Lesva, chef. Lesva? Mipalki Lesva? Bristat, Yibabu. Thank you for your assistance, Sentient. I'm sure the girl's parents will be most appreciative of your efforts. I am glad. Was that a quest? It didn't seem like a quest. But I'm glad we figured that one out, I guess. I got XP for it. Oh, it was a quest. That's right. Search for the stowaway, right? Or the stowaway, whatever. Fuck. Whatever. That's realistically the only reason we came to Tatooine, but I do want to check the shops here real quick, so I'll do that and before we head off to, I guess we'll go to Tatooine. Seems to be the most pressing matter. Let's bring Mission and Karth. Nothing else is super pressing, but I feel like if we get that done as soon as possible, that'll be helpful to us. Hello again.
Mission, is that you? It's me, Lena, remember? I was dating your brother back on Terrace.
You look like exactly the same lady that
Lena.
approached us before.
What are you doing here? Where's Griff? I'm just passing through. Griff and I broke up a few months after we left Terrace together. Probably for the best. Your brother can be charming, Mission, but he's bad news.
Don't you start trashing my brother, you cantina rat. Take that back or I'll smack you so hard your head tails will pop off.
Mission, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting this way?
You did take her brother away and left her all alone on Terrace.
You've got your facts a little backwards. Mission could have come with us if she wanted to. It was her choice to stay behind.
You liar! Griff told me that you didn't want his little sister tagging along. That's why he had to leave me behind.
Is that what the Hutt spawn told you? I wanted you to come with us, Mission. I even offered to pay for your ticket. Why not? I paid for everything else while I was with that freeloader. But he told me you didn't want to leave Terrace. I said we shouldn't even go then, but he said we'd come back and get you after we struck it rich on Tatooine. Just another one of his lies.
No, you're the one who's lying. Griff wouldn't... He wouldn't try to leave me behind.
Why should we believe you,
Think
Lena?
about it. If Griff wasn't trying to ditch you, Mission, then why didn't he tell you where we were going? After we left Terrace, he told me looking after you was holding him back. Griff's always looking to blame other people for his own problems. That's why he abandoned you. He did
Damn.
the same thing to me, too. As soon as I ran out of money, he started blaming me for all of his problems. Like it's my fault his get-rich-quick schemes never work out.
So where is Griff?
Still on Tatooine, as far as I
Everyone's on
know.
Tatooine.
Not that I really care anymore. And if Mission was smart, she'd forget about that no-good
That's her
con
brother.
artist.
But Griff is my brother. I just can't pretend he doesn't exist. If he was here to defend himself, Lena wouldn't be saying all this bad stuff about him.
Hey, if you want to talk to Griff, go ahead. Last I heard, he was going to make a fortune working the Zerka Corp mines on Tatooine. But as far as I'm concerned, he's out of my life forever.
Griff's better off without you anyway, you table-dancing, brother-stealing home wrecker.
I guess that's my cue to leave then. I didn't mean to upset you, Mission. But one day you'll see I'm right about your brother. I only hope it's not too late by then.
Well, alright then.
Hey there, what can I...
How are you doing?
Don't tell me you believe Lena's lies. Griff might be working as a miner on Tatooine, but the rest of her story is Bantha Poodoo. You can't trust someone like her. At least Griff's free of her clutches. I'd like to go speak to the Zerka Corp rep on Tatooine if we have time. Maybe I can arrange to see my brother again.
We'll find
I
him.
just hope he's not in any kind of trouble when we do.
Alright, looks like everyone's
Yes,
leading
what's
us
up?
towards Tatooine. Why did you want revenge on Saul so
I already
badly?
told you, he betrayed us all.
Uh-huh. It seems to be more personal
Well,
than that.
there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
I do.
It's just that I don't talk about it very much. Okay?
We'll talk about it now.
I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time.
It's terrible.
Of course not. How could you? I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them. And I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
What was she like?
She had courage, and she was stubborn. A little bit like you in that respect. You never talk her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. I had planned on leaving soon to join her.
What happened to your son?
His name was Dustle, and I don't know what happened to him. colony was a complete ruin and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, that's the story, for what it's worth.
Thank you for telling me.
I've never talked about it before to anyone. Suppose it's time I finally did. Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
Alright then, Karth. Man, everybody's got a bunch of problems, eh? You guys all got some issues, eh? Alright, well, we'll solve them all. We'll figure them out. We gotta go to Tatooine next, it's looking like. Oh my god. Every single time. What's going on now? Hey, bro.
Ah, so we meet again, Canderous. It has been quite a long time.
Joggy?
Who is this guy?
He was a warrior under my command up to the Battle of Althir. But I thought...
You thought I was dead, didn't you? You thought all of us that you had sent on that attack had perished. You sent us to die in a foolish attack, while you directed your forces elsewhere. You broke from the battle plan and let us die for it, so that you could have the honor of being the first to kill the enemy commander.
Is this true?
I did what was prudent at the time. If I had not done it, the battle would have...
The battle would have been won anyway. I am tired of your excuses, Canderous. I have spent years tracking you down since the clans were banished, and I will not rest until I've had my vengeance.
What are you going to do?
I challenge you, Canderous. I challenge you to fight the fight you fled that day above Althir. In the dune seas of Tatooine. I will be waiting for you. I have spread the news of the challenge since I learned you had landed on this world. All the surviving Mandalorian clans know of what I do here, and that we shall meet on Tatooine to settle this debt of vengeance once and for all. If you fail to meet me there, you shall be stripped of all honor and forever cast out of our society. It will be you and me alone in the dune seas of Tatooine. A final battle that can only end in death. I shall be waiting for you there, Canderous.
I've been given a challenge I can't ignore.
Oh boy.
We've got to go to the dune seas of Tatooine, so I can find Joggy and kill him for his insult to me.
Everything is on Tatooine. What happened out there?
This is between me and Joggy. You don't have to get involved. If you're lucky, he might spill something before I spread him in a paste over the dunes.
Fair enough, Canderous, you know? Fair enough, bro.
I've been given a challenge. This is between me.
Alright. I feel like I should just go in and out of the ship with every other party member just to make sure I'm not missing any important person that's gonna want to talk to me for whatever reason. Oh, here we go again.
Karth Onassi, is that you?
Jordo?
It is you, isn't it? I knew it when I laid eyes on you. You old space dog. How have you been? I thought for sure you'd be fighting on some ship out there.
I was. I crashed.
That's pretty rich. I can't imagine what it would take to keep you on the ground. Must have something to do with your pretty friend here, hey? How do you do, miss?
You're a friend of Karth's, I take it.
Sure am. We joined the militia together back on Telos. That was a lot of years ago, of course.
So what are you doing here, Jordo? Last time I saw you was on, well, Telos, actually.
Yeah, it's a shame about home. Telos still hasn't recovered. The family and I moved on, and I'm working for Zerka now.
I'm working for Circa.
I didn't see you after... what I mean is, my condolences on your wife. I heard what happened. At least your boy made it through all right.
What? This is
My
news.
boy. You mean Dustle?
Yes, of course. I
He's
saw him
on
at my last
Korriban.
Stop on Korriban. Though he didn't recognize me. You didn't know he was there?
No. Jordo, Dustle's been missing since the attack on Telos. Are you absolutely certain it was him?
Yeah, I'd recognize Dustil anywhere. Positive. He's joined the Sith, Garth.
What do you mean he's joined the Sith?
Yeah, what do you mean?
There's an academy for the Sith on Korriban. He's a student there. I saw him suited up in their outfit and everything. Sorry, I thought you knew.
Well, at least he's alive.
No, I didn't. Well, thanks for telling me, Jordo.
Sure, no problem. Good to see you again, Garth. Hope everything works out with Dustil.
Dustil is alive. We have to go to the Korriban Academy and find him.
Yes, we will do that.
I just have to see him. I have to know what happened to him.
I
All this time
understand.
I mean, he must be a man by now.
We sure are getting a lot of quests here just by landing on Tatooine. This is phenomenal. I guess we've made it to a point in every... Because I feel like we wouldn't have gotten that quest had we not made it to the end of his... Like, if he hadn't just said what he just said about losing his wife and kid on Tatooine, I don't know that we would have gotten that quest. So we kind of just made it. So we got a quest for Bastila, we got a quest for Canderous, we got a quest for Karth. Let's bring Juhani and Zalbar, I guess. See what happens. I don't think the droid could get a mission, right? Mission got a mission. Alright, we are done here. There wasn't as much to buy as I would have liked, I guess. I don't know if that's the best way to word it, but there wasn't as much to buy as I thought there would be. But we did get a lot of personal character quests here. It seems that where we should go probably is Tatooine. We went to Manon first. We could also go to Korriban. Korriban being the home of Karth's son. And Kashyyyk, the only reason I could think we might want to go to Kashyyyk is for our Wookiee friend. But I think because every sign seems to be leading us to Tatooine, that's where we're going to go. So let's do it. Tatooine, here we come. I wasn't able to buy much there. I still don't have a whole lot of money. Once we get to the point where we have more money than we know what to do with, which I'm sure will happen, generally happens in an RPG, then we'll return. Maybe. Because there's an alien outside of Tatooine. I talked to him, and I also tried to buy stuff from him, but he's got some really expensive stuff, and I couldn't afford any of it, so that's the situation. We're going to Tatooine. Hopefully it's not too difficult over here in Tatooine. I'm kind of shocked that Manon felt perfectly balanced for us, but I don't really know how the system works here. It's possible Tatooine will be very difficult. Okay. Sure, that means nothing to me. I'm sure we'll find it. We can go to the cantina. Exciting. Tatooine, the classic. Classic Star Wars world. Everyone's favorite. We have a lot of people that we need to bring out onto Tatooine here.
Another vision. The Force is guiding us, helping us retrace the steps of Malak and his old master, leading us ever closer to the Star Forge. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes.
Looked like it was inside some kind of
The
cave.
star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Well, understandable.
How can I help? It's not that I look forward to.
Alright, it seems everybody has some sort of thing here.
Talk about what? The only thing I want to do right now is find Dustil. If he's alive, there's just nothing else I want to think about. I'll understand if we can't look for him right now, but if we could, it would be a huge load off my mind.
Understandable. Okay. I think we know what we need to do here. Everybody has a quest here. Canderous has a quest here. As does Bastila. Right. Who else? Canderous, Bastila, Mission. Yeah. Mission's brother is here on Tatooine. Bastila's mother is here on Tatooine. Jockey is here on Tatooine. So we need to bring like 3 different people here, but we can only bring 2. So we'll have to decide who's first. I've made my decision. We're gonna bring Mission and Bastila first, I think. Because Canderous, surely we need him in the party to do the battle, but...
How can I help? Then I suggest we...
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, oh, maybe I need to talk to people and see how they're feeling. I might want to talk to Juhani at the very least. What do you know about the planet? Yeah, right. That's true. Zolbar has given us absolutely nothing throughout this whole game, which makes me feel like I need to take him to Kashyyyk.
What is it? Of course.
So I feel like that's a point in favor of going to Kashyyyk. So I feel like we might be a bit divided here between, whatever the other planet was called and Kashyyyk. Because I feel like it's somewhat important that we bring Zolbar there. Because maybe, like, he hasn't said a goddamn word to us this entire fucking game. And I want to know more about him. I would like if he would speak to me, if he would open up to me, but I don't feel like he's going to do that unless... The only reason I could think he would do that is if we go to Kashyyyk. Okay? So we're bringing Mission, we're bringing Bastila. That's the decision I have made. Not Canderous just yet. Johnny and Zolbar don't care. Karth doesn't care. Neither does the droid. Canderous is the only one that would care. So here we go. Mission and Bastila. Two characters whose family members are apparently on this planet.
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to serve after some formalities, of course.
Uh-huh.
First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this.
What if I say no?
Zerka Corporation maintains this docking station at great expense. It is within our rights to refuse landing
But sir, I've already landed.
And I warn you, We've had troublemakers before.
Were you gonna kick me off the
bay is
planet?
lined with autoguns. Violence is not a survivable option.
Is there any way you could reconsider the fee?
I assure you that the fee is non-negotiable. We have a very thin margin of profit on this road.
Everybody always fucking... But...
No, I'm... I assure you...
What if I force persuade?
You know, I don't think you need to pay the fee.
Yay!
Let it go this time.
Well, that was easy. I sure wish I had special mind-affecting force powers.
I know, it is so easy.
This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a registration, so we can serve you better when you return.
Oh, well, wow.
Now,
Okay.
as a customs
I almost feel
officer,
like I
I
should have
can
just paid the
provide
100
information on
if
services.
it covered future
Is this
landings.
visit business or pleasure?
Oh, you know, just give me some background.
There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, well past its prime.
I believe that.
Zerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look.
What are you guys up to?
I can't really get into that. It hasn't been a very smooth operation. I shouldn't get into it.
No, tell me. Let me know.
I'm sorry. It's not really a big secret, but my superiors don't like people talking about it.
I should just force persuade no matter what. My persuasion is not good. What is known about the history of the planet?
Very little. There are hints that it might once have been a lush world, but I can't picture it as anything but a desert. Native sentient species have no records going back that far. That was hundreds of years ago, maybe thousands. Of course, the native species are not very willing to tell anyone anything. They're barely more than animals.
I know. What species do you mean?
The Sand people. They're
Yes.
vicious and attack outsiders
Tusken
on
Raiders.
sight. More animal than anything, really. Maybe they know the history of Tatooine. Maybe they don't. Impossible to tell. They won't cooperate.
Have you had any trouble with the sand
Not
people?
personally, but they've given Zerka Corporation a rough time. It's hard enough mining this rock without suffering random attacks. I think the company has even put a bounty on them, but I'm sure not going to try for it.
Bounty on all of them? What do you mean? Where can I get information about jobs like
It
that?
depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in Central Anchorhead.
Okay.
While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license so you can sell trophies to Faza in his lodge, just north of them. I suppose you could also take up swoop racing.
Already done.
Talk to the hut at the registration office by the track. That's in West Anchorhead.
Fair enough.
I can't say I know which of these jobs is the most dangerous. I stay away from all of them. There isn't. It's not a very very little. Natives sent, of course.
What about the city of
Site is
Anchorhead?
quite old. From the look of it, it's been settled before. Zerka Corporation claimed it only a few decades ago.
Okay. What was here before?
Some other corporation that went under, probably. Not a lot of records are kept about backwater places like this. I can tell you more, I guess. It's not a big secret or anything. just not good for business.
Yeah, you definitely should tell me.
You see, Zerka Corporation staked their claim to this planet based on some very promising geological surveys.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, that information was incorrect, and possibly even an attempt at sabotage by a rival company.
Circa Corporation set up a shop at a bear pit.
Not totally barren. There were a few good years of mining, and limited operations are still in place.
Mm-hmm.
But the ore is flawed. It has peculiar properties. They've had to look at other forms of business.
What do you mean?
Zerka Corporation has really tried to hide this, but it just seems that Tatooine metal is unfit for effective manufacturing. I would imagine that this outpost will eventually be abandoned. Nobody is making any money here. Of course, this rock may have been settled a few times, so look for some other company to get stuck with it. Pursuits that appeal to the casual traveler. There are some fearsome native species that provide exciting hunting. There are also lengthy, barren wastes that serve as fine soup tracks. Attracting business has been slow, however.
Okay. I feel like I've asked these other questions already. Where should a person look for opportunity?
It depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in Central Anchorhead. While you're at the office, ask...
No, okay, I already asked this.
I suppose you could...
Skip.
I can't say...
I'm looking for very specific things. Who should I ask?
That's not much info.
I'm looking for older things, antiques,
You're a
artifacts.
digger? I've heard of ruins being found now and then, but they've always been stripped by sand people soon after. You're not going to get anywhere with them. I guess you could ask around, but I doubt you'll learn anything different. You could always ask a Jawa. It's hard to tell what they know.
Good paying work. What is there to do?
It depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in... while you're at the... I suppose you could also take
Let's skip this
up
again.
swoop
I've already
racing.
asked this.
I can't say... There isn't.
You can skip most
It's
of
not
this
a very-
probably. I'm just double checking. Then I haven't. It's okay.
I will answer.
I think we are. Goodbye.
As you wish. If you need anything else, I'll...
Okay. Goodbye. That was fun. Alright, well, we did all that, I guess. Discovered some information. Not a lot of super useful information, I'll be honest. There's a mining operation here. We already knew that. He was telling us something about selling pelts and something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying super close attention. I assume we'll figure all this out as we go. So I don't need to actively remember it. He was just a customs officer. Okay. Ion defense turret. There was a good chance we could have gotten absolutely fucking blasted, dude. Hey, bro. Who that? Darn it. Gunda Fasca. Customers are talking. That's better. Hello, customer. Buy from Mick and save your credits. Hey, I've seen one of you guys before. You will want to save your money for your swoop. We would bet. Yes, you have the champion's face. We'll have what you need. What do you have to say? Yes, of course. We don't want to keep you from your important business. Please have a look. Oh, man. Right back to shopping, eh? Oh my god, okay, a life support pack seems to be very useful. Okay, I bought them all. I don't care. I bought them all. Usanus brand, can't afford it, can't afford it, can't afford it. Can't afford it, but already have it. Already have that. A Bothan sensory visor. Now that's something new. I don't know that I have one of them. Bothan sensory visor. Okay. We'll just take those, I guess. Get out of my way, get out of my way, get out of my way. You're in my freaking way, oh my god. Okay. I'm mostly happy with our buying decisions there.